The proclamation of the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Some Sadducees, those who deny that there is a resurrection, came forward and put this question to Jesus, saying, "Teacher, Moses wrote for us, if someone's brother dies leaving a wife but no child, his brother must take the wife and raise up descendants for his brother. Now there were 7 brothers. The first married a woman but died childless. Then the second and the third married her, and likewise all the 7 died childless. Finally, the woman also died. Now, at the resurrection, whose wife will that woman be? For all 7 had been married to her." Jesus said to them, "The children of this age marry and remarry. But those who are deemed worthy to attain to the coming age and to the resurrection of the dead neither marry nor are given in marriage. They can no longer die, for they are like angels, and they are the children of God, because they are the ones who will rise. That the dead will rise, even Moses made known in the passage about the bush, when he called out, 'Lord, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob.' And he is not God of the dead, but of the living, for to him all are alive." The Gospel of the Lord.
Our Gospel for this Sunday is taken from St. Luke. We have been reflecting on the hope of sharing in the life of Christ. Yeah, that's the source of hope, that we could share in the life of God. In the first reading from the second book of Maccabees, the 7 brothers, like the other Israelites, were subjected to persecution because they refused to violate God's law. They refused to eat pork. Some people will say, "Wow, that's a foolish decision to face death just because of pork." Well, what gave the 7 brothers the strength to face death? It was their hope in God, the God who had created them, and the God who will restore them to life because of their fidelity to Him and to His laws. Look at how powerful hope is. Hope can enable a person to face death. Hope in God who will restore me to life. In the second reading, St. Paul tells the Thessalonians of another type of trial. The trial that Christians faced. The trials brought to them by what St. Paul called confused and evil people. Those who did not have faith and who distorted the faith. St. Paul asked the Thessalonians to pray so that they could be consoled by God, so that they could be strengthened by God. And look at this, to pray so that God may rule in their hearts in the love of God and the constancy of Christ. When you share in the life of God, and in the terms of St. Paul, the love of God and the perseverance of Christ, then you can weather all the trials and the tribulations. In the Gospel, Jesus is confronted by the Sadducees. They were a group of people who did not believe in the resurrection from the dead. So they posed a problem to Jesus about a woman who was married 7 times because she was not able to bear a child for the first husband, and then the husband died, and so she was given to the brother of her first husband, so that she could give a child to the first husband, etc., etc., but they all died. Now, the Sadducees, who did not believe in the resurrection, seem to have posed this question to Jesus. If there were a resurrection from the dead, then who would be the husband of this woman? And remember, she married 7 of them. So their view of a false resurrection or a distorted resurrection was, okay, you believe in life after death, then it is a return to this life. But Jesus' answer tells us that resurrection from the dead does not mean returning to earthly life where we eat, we drink, we work, we are given in marriage, and then you should have children in order to remain immortal. No. In the resurrection, life is in participating in God's life. It is not a return to earthly life. No end. No. It is sharing in the eternal life of God. Imagine living now, participating in God's life. What form will it take? Now, Jesus in the Gospel gives 2 indications, 2 images. First, in the resurrection, we will live like angels. In the Gospel of St. Matthew, Jesus tells people, the angels of these little ones behold the face of God. They see God face to face. Imagine, in the resurrection, our life will be an eternal, angelic beholding of the face of God. Don't we say that in the Psalm, when can I see the face of God? When do I behold the face of God? In the resurrection, we will be like angels. And the ministry of angels is to contemplate God. And then, the other image used by Jesus is, they will be children of God. Jesus is the real child of God. Imagine, Jesus knows the Father, and we will be like Jesus, knowing the Father, sharing life with the Father. This is the resurrection. It is not a return to earthly life as we know it. And this gives people courage. This gives people hope. No matter what the trials are, I know there will be a life that is different. A life in God, where I share God's life and love. And it is my joy to experience that life. We hope that even here on earth, we should start living that life of the resurrection. Let us contemplate God's face the way the angels do. And let us get to know the Father, love the Father, the way the children of God, the family of God, not the human family alone, but the family of God is supposed to know the Father. You know, as a priest, I have been asked to listen to people's concerns and woes and problems, persecutions, you name it. And I am always edified by people who have gone through so many trials and still survive with joy, with humor, with strength. I remember one woman who has shared with me a litany of woes, but then you could see her inner strength and even the peace that comes from within, peace radiating on her face. And I asked her, how are you able to manage? How? And she said, when I'm down, I just look up and say, I know there will be justice in the resurrection. I know if here on earth I see only darkness, a time will come when I will see the face of God. And that keeps her going. The hope of sharing in the life of God. The word has been exposed. Let us now fulfill it. It has been a while now since we started this program in 2008. From day one, you have been with us, our dear friends, assisting us with open hands. We are inviting you once again to be our partners in this ministry. Following the mandate of the Lord to bring the good news to all, we can continue to broadcast and reach more people with your support, bringing the good news to them through television and the internet. Friends, your offering would be very much appreciated. Thank you. May the Lord reward you 100-fold.